Yeah.
What's your crazy client stories?
I feel like I'm the problem half the time.
I was gonna say, actually.
So it depends, like what kind of crazy? What is crazy?
Well, I told you the one about the butthole one.
Sometimes some very strange things happen.
Signed an NDA, can't talk about it.
I tattooed like a weed plant on a chick's butt cheek who didn't smoke weed. That's kind of random.
People that collect tattoos sometimes are often very odd folks.
You know, on top of being a tattoo artist, like you have to deal with a lot of other things. You know, you have to be a psychiatrist. You know, you have to, help these people with their problems.
Once I was about to tattoo this girl, and I was tattooing her like on her shoulder, on her back. I stopped for a second and she just looked at me and beat me.
What?
My arm. And I was tattooing her and she was like, and I was like, what the fucking hell are you doing? Are you hitting on me in that way while I'm tattooing you? Are you fucking crazy? I'm gonna stab you with this machine right now. Don't do that. And I just asked her like, what are you doing? Like, I might not be able to just finish this tattoo because you're acting like a prick, like, what are you doing? And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, it's just I like you. And I was like, don't like me that way.
I had a client, take a dookie in my chair.
Oh my God, yeah.
I smelled it. I didn't see it, I smelled it, and I was like, listen, I think I'm gonna take a little break. I need a snack. I think if you wanna use the bathroom, or if you wanna walk around, you should do that. And then we regrouped, like 10 minutes later, we did the tattoo, and I went to use the bathroom after, and I saw some poopy underwears in our trash can.
You handled it like a pro.
Well, I didn't want to freak her, like, it would be embarrassing for her and me. If I called her out, I don't call her out, you go fix it. I ain't saying nothing.
So this guy was getting tattooed on his neck, and I got really close to, like by his Adam's apple. He goes, your shampoo smells so good.
What?
It was like Pantene. It wasn't anything special. He was just being a creep.
I mean, what's freshest in the mind, because we were just talking about it, was there was some woman at my old shop who was getting her ribs tattooed. And not only was she like moaning, but she was like moaning my name. So like, it's like the middle of the f***ing day, everybody's tattooing. She's like, oh, Justin. And like everybody stops what they're f***ing doing, looking straight back at me. And I'm like, I guarantee you this doesn't hurt that bad. Like I'm barely even tattooing you right now. Like, and you're screaming, all right, you know what? We're gonna take a break. We're gonna walk away from this for a second or two. We're gonna let you get your things about you.
So tell the one where the girl came out of the bathroom naked.
You'll never guess what happens.
The bottom line is like, somebody went into the bathroom, they came out naked. And then I was just like, no. And then I was like, don't do that. This is not okay. This is not professional. And she's like, I'm professional. And I was like, okay, well, and then she paid me. And I was like, does that make me a prostitute?
I had one guy, but like, we just sent him home. He was good. He just had to go home.
Oh, did I ever tell you about the guy, the head of the dick that I tattooed?
I'm gonna tell this story, okay?
I wanna hear it.
Tattoo story.
Okay, here we go. Many years ago, I had this guy who came in and he wanted an outline of the devil's head on the head of his cock. And I asked him, like, why do you want this outline on the head of your? He's like, so when I someone, they can say they have the devil inside of them.
This guy asks me he's like emailing the shop, I want a tattoo on my penis, a little red heart around the full color into the urethra. Okay, how much? That's gonna be like $1 million. He says yes, great. Okay.
As it should be.
The appointment happens, and 6 p.m. on a Sunday, I'm like kind of by myself, and I'm like, oh great, I'm by myself, this guy's coming in. Doesn't show up, just emails. He sends an email, 6:45, he's 45 minutes late. He says hi. Nothing in the thing, just hi, that's it. And I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm scared, this guy's weird. And he shows up at 7 and he's like, do it now. And I'm like, no, I have another client. Can you just do it now? I don't want red anymore. I want full color rainbow UV like ink, and I'm like, dude, what are you gonna pull it out at a rave and like swing it around? Like,
Also, what are you hiding on
What?
it?
I'm
for the
like,
black
no,
light?
get out of here, like leave.
What do you want the wand to say?
Dude, he was like,
Like, being
well, that
subversive
sucks,
messages.
and I'm like, get out of here. I don't want to fucking tattoo you, and I kept that deposit. Thank you very much. But I didn't have to touch his ween.
I have one story, but I don't know if I can tell. If it's all off the record, I can tell.
No, it's not off the record.
Okay, I can't tell.
What's bad about
I can say like
We'll
a
protect names.
customer who wasn't in the mafia, who wasn't part of the Sopranos, wants a whole sleep with me, and he was like, do whatever I want, my friend. Like, okay, and I didn't know who was like, you can change this, like, yes I can. You can change, make that line bigger. Yes I can. And I don't like that line. And I say like, okay, so take the machine, I don't care who the you are. And my boss said behind like, no, don't say anything. Like, I don't care, so go. Go fuck, I don't care anymore. And he say, oh, you have balls, my friend. You have balls, my friend. And I, yes, I have, and I have 3, so go. and my boss said, please be gentle with this customer. And when I finished the tattoo, he said like, oh, do you know the series The Sopranos? Yes, I'm one of the original, like, oh, now I get it, and now I apologize about that.
Oh, I've got fucking old man Randy, retired police officer, Navy SEAL. He says he was a Navy SEAL, I'm not sure, but he started coming into the shop to get tattooed by an artist that was no longer at the shop. And then he started to get tattooed by everybody at the shop. I tattooed a big plane on his back that he had built himself, and he said if I want to actually check out the detail of the plane, I could actually fly the plane. So I was like, cool. One day I went with him and we went to the airport, and he took off, and then I got to fly the plane. It was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of cool experience. But the more that this guy started to come around the shop, things started to get a little bit more and more weird. He always wants to show people his legs and certain things, and he's always wearing this strange blue thong. So he asks about like tribal tattoos on his legs. He'll get up and take his pants off and be like, what do you think if I did like a tribal tattoo over here and things like that. He's always wearing this blue thong, and we're like, whatever. You know, it's not that weird and to see somebody wearing a thong in a tattoo shop if you're getting the work in that area. Later on that day, he comes up to me and he says, hey, Pony, would you mind if I asked you a question? I asked Gary, and you know, I got his opinion, but let me ask you too. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. So I walked into the office thinking earlier, I'm like, everything looked to be okay, everything was good. So he's like, I've got this tribal over here and I've got this tribal over here. I'm wondering if I should do the same thing right here. And I was like, no way. I was like, Randy, like, what the are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, pull your pants up. I have no interest in tattooing you there. I don't want to tattoo you anywhere near there. And now I kind of understand a lot of girls deal with some weird shit. You know, luckily I don't have to deal with a lot of that, you know, but yeah, it was awkward and it didn't feel good.
All right, well, crazy client stories. I feel like there's also a lot, but I don't want to demonize someone's issues in some way, because I feel like a lot of people have going on, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't give a shit about dick tattoo guy. He can see this. You
he can
watch
suck
this
it.
video,
Really?
and then you go fuck your own dick.
Yeah, with a cute little
without
UV
a tattoo
stars
on it. Your tattoo is.
We're getting really mean this video. Oh, we're on it. We're
I was
fucking
pissed
on
at
it.
that guy.
Yeah, he sucks.
He's weird.
He sucks, guy.
And he showed up sweaty. He was all sweaty, like he
was
just got
prepared.
off work, and he's just like got out of the fucking kitchen or wherever he was
Oh,
working, like a
no.
sweaty environment. I'm
Kitchen
like, I don't want to smell your kitchen.
Kitchen.
So I was working.
I just have to say that is the most boring
Story.
community-based story I've ever heard.
Well, this is being filmed, and like I don't.
She came out of the bathroom
Yeah.
naked and just went, yeah. That's what you said.
I have to retell the story, I guess now.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
You have to know his jargon.
Yeah.
It's very
We can
vague.
read between the lines.
I'm just like. I
And then
don't-
they banged.
There's gonna be. Yeah. There's gonna be.
I'm sorry.
No, it's gonna be on the camera. You know what I'm saying?
You don't
Like
have
I'm,
to show everything that's on the
I'm not
camera.
in control. I signed the thing.
They're not stupid.
Okay. I'm just going to double check that the camera.
I don't know if that was a good story or not.